The new melee rework is coming soon to the finals in Season 11, and here are some things that you should definitely know about the new melee... Shut up, Dill. What? There's almost everything that we know about the new melee rework system coming to the finals in Season 11. Rework has added a stamina bar. I know it seems like it's a really bad addition for melee weapons, especially in a fast-paced game like this, but it's actually not that bad because no, when your stamina bar is out, you can't swing anymore. No, your movement speed won't be reduced. No, low stamina won't slow your swings, and no, it will not reduce any damage when you're low on stamina. All the stamina bar acts as is a lunge attack system. So pretty much if you're in the yellow, which is around 4 meters, it pretty much lunges you forward towards the enemy when you swing, and that'll make you like pretty much just lunge forward towards the enemy. It's not that bad of a change. It's not bad. I think this is pretty decent on what they're doing with melee. I think this is a good feature because now you can 2v1 as a melee, like a melee enthusiast or whatever, like a riot shield. You can now 2v1, or even as a spear, you can 2v1. Not like you can already do that now, but you can do it without getting killed instantly or trading, which is another big thing that they wanted to talk about was trading kills because you would go in there as a sword or like a dagger. I think dagger is gonna enjoy this buff a lot. I think dagger is gonna have a great time because playing dagger, there's a lot of dagger rubies out there, but it's kind of hard to play dagger. But with this lunge ability, it's gonna definitely make it a lot easier to land your melee swings, land your melee stabs and all that. It's gonna be very helpful. But yeah, the stamina bar is just, it acts as a lunge attack and also acts as a combo attack as well. So the more consistent swings you hit, the more damage you'll be doing, and you'll have a lunge ability as well. So you will be able to lunge towards the next enemy if you do get that kill. Another thing that Embark is adding is potential power, and that's the thing I was just talking about was the combo attacks. So pretty much having the weapons deal more damage if you hit more swings consistently on a target. But if you miss more swings, you will deal less damage, which is to be expected. So I think that's also a really good change that they're doing. So you can't just frantically swing your sword or your dual blades or the spear, and I think that's a really good thing that they're going to be adding. I think this is pretty helpful. And secondly, they're also rebalancing the secondary functions on some melee weapons, such as the riot shield, the dual blades, and the spear. And I'll get to those at the end of the video just because there's some other stuff as well that's just as important. So Embark is increasing the damage swing speed and adjusting the lunge range as well, which previously was 3 meters. So like when you would swing your sledgehammer, you know how you get like a boost forward, like how you like take a step forward, like a really big step forward. That's pretty much the lunge. But they're changing it from 3 meters to 4 meters now, which would make it a lot easier to land attacks. And it could also help you lead up your second attack on another enemy as well. So that's also a really cool feature they're adding. Pretty much, yeah. Also in the video, you may have noticed that there is a new type of crosshair system, which I'm pointing out right here, which is 2 arrows that indicate if you are in the lunge range, which is pretty helpful for people that don't know whether they should attack yet or not. So that's a pretty good feature that they added. I think that's good. So you're not just blind swinging, hoping that a swing would hit when it really doesn't. And there's also under the crosshair, there is a stamina bar too. And if you hit an attack, you can lead up with another lunge to deal more damage. At least I think that's what it is. I don't really know, and they also didn't really say what it was, so I'm kind of hoping that I'm correct on that. I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure it's so you can lead up another attack. And I don't know if the damage will cross over from one enemy to another. I don't know. I highly doubt it, but that's something that you should take into consideration. That is also something really cool. And then also with the melee weapons, if you've noticed when you play melee, I'm pretty sure everyone has played melee once or twice at least. When you're swinging your melee, there's a sweeping thing that happens where if you like swing and then like look left, the damage will stay consistent no matter what. So Embark is going to fix that by adding this is also part of the precision skill based area, but they're also adding a sweep ability, a sweep skill based thing. I don't really know how to explain it. If you were to swing a weapon, depending on whatever weapon you choose, it would either do less damage or more damage. Of course, depending on whatever weapon of choice that you're using. I would learn your weapon's sweep damage before you get into like a ranked game with them or anything that's going to require a lot of skill, because you don't know if your weapon will do more damage or less damage depending on which way you to add on to that on the right and the left hand side of your crosshair. And these are little white bars that can help you decide if you're in the precision range, and it also helps with melee swings as well, so that's also pretty dope. I think that's cool. I've thought everything was cool so far, and I don't know, so I think most of this is okay. I think it's pretty decent. Anyway, finally we have the melee weapon tweaks, and these are gonna go for pretty much every melee weapon. The dual blades are now going from 3 swings to 2 swings, so you don't have that big cross swing that you do at the end of the dual blades animation. So I think that's pretty dope. But when you're blocking and you right click, you can also do a third attack, which which is that cross attack. So that's the attack where you are blocking and then you do the cross. I mean, I don't really know how to explain it. I'm doing a really bad job at it. So you can attack a little bit quicker, I think. I don't really know. But pretty much while right clicking and you're blocking your swords, you can now perform a melee attack while you're blocking, which is that cross attack that was the third swing and removed. So props to them for that. That's cool. So you don't have to do the whole animation. One big thing Riot Shield has now is that its collision is bigger. Blocking bullets while moving has been slowed. So like right clicking like I'm showing right now, the speed of that, it is slowed down. More accurate bullet blocking while you're not holding the shield, or no, while your shield is not up. There's a new bash attack as well that deals around 2.5 bars of damage, and I think this Riot bash attack is awesome. I actually been wanting a Riot bash attack in this game for a while. I've been saying anything because people thought it was stupid and they thought melee was too broken already. The spear's secondary attack has now required a lot more skill to use, so when the attack is triggered, it'll consume that new stamina bar to perform one single spin attack. But if you were to get hits while you're spinning, you will have another bit of stamina you can use to then do another spin attack. So pretty much when you do the spin attack with the spear, it's going to require more skill, so it's going to use that stamina bar at the bottom. So if you were to do the spin and you're near anybody, you would use that whole stamina bar up and you wouldn't be able to lunge attack pretty much, or spin attack. So the spin is mainly focused on the stamina bar that you have. So if you were to do the spin and a player is hit by that spin, your stamina will immediately refill, either prompting you can hold down the trigger to do more spins, or you can hit it a second time and not allow the second spin to continue. So you don't have a constant loop of like 3 spins or whatever. So you'll be able to spin less, pretty much. And that's pretty cool. And then finally, the light sword attack has been reduced. So its secondary attack has been reduced, the lunge. So now it is going to be more balanced and you won't be able to spam lunge everywhere around the map. I feel bad for those dedicated sword lights. Sorry about that, guys. Embark doesn't like you, obviously. But no, that kind of sucks that they did that. And then finally, here's the big thing that we got. We got melee counterplay. Embark has acknowledged a lot about people being frustrated with melees, being on top of them. And now they're going to be adding a kick system as well. So the big thing that they're adding in Season 11 that I think might be pretty controversial is that they're updating the quick melee. So you know when you click V on the keyboard or you click B on your controller or whatever, you know you do the little melee, the little elbow shove. So they're actually reworking that. Everyone's going to have a stamina bar pretty much. And that stamina is going to be like a kick. So you'll be able to kick back melees and you'll be able to kick anyone. Once you're out of stamina, you will then go back to the traditional shove. And they're also reducing how much damage the shove does. So instead of it doing 40 damage, it might do like 35 or 20. So they're reducing how much the quick melee damage is, which is a pretty... I think that's a really weird decision. I don't know. I like the push, the kickback. I'm not so sure about the 40 damage melees because that is kind of a weird idea to do. I don't know how I feel about that personally, but I think the kick's amazing. It's going to be able to push back a bunch of melee users, and they also say that they're offering potential counters to items like the winch claw. So winch claw is finally going to be able to be countered, which is going to be awesome. I'm wondering if that's going to be the elbow shove. I highly doubt it, but it would be pretty funny if you could kick the winch claw back at the heavy, but I don't know. But pretty much in a nutshell, all that they're adding is a new stamina bar. There's potential power, which means combos and lunges, a kicking ability for every class in the game, and a lot of weapons are getting buffed and nerfed. And now they're adding a skill ceiling to melee weapons, which is a pretty decent thing to do because a lot of people pick sledgehammer and just no one has fun. I don't know. I give up. I don't know. So definitely a lot of changes are coming to Season 11, and I don't know. If you guys like these changes, and if I missed anything, leave a comment below. If you like the video, go ahead, leave a like. If not, leave a thumbs down, and subscribe as well to the YouTube channel because I'm almost at 100 subscribers. We're right there, guys. And also, I'm live on Twitch every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 4 to 9 EST. If you want to see any more finals content, you can go check me out there. I am live and whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.